Hi there, Aric Hall with the Blaze of Glory. Well, this is a short collection of pictures of my visit to Medicine Lodge. Now, that is not to be confused with Medicine Wheel. Medicine Wheel is up near the north end of the Bighorn Mountains. Medicine Lodge is closer to the south end and on the west side. It's actually more on the flanks of the mountains, down at the base of the mountains. It's up north of Ten Sleep. This was one of those places I wanted to go visit just out of the interest of petroglyphs. Now, I've kind of gotten away from the idea of petroglyphs being a blaze, but because you can start at Thermopolis, your warm waters halt, head north, and then turn right and go up a creek and get to the base of the Bighorn Mountains. And we know Forrest has spent time out there collecting artifacts, so it was someplace I wanted to go visit. The petroglyph site is actually in like a small canyon, a little notch there at the base of the mountains. It was carved out by the Medicine Lodge Creek, and at times in past there was much higher water volume, and it slowly carved this canyon. Something that piqued my interest was the fact that you could go wading out into this cool, clear water, even getting up in some of the porous, washed-out pockets along the rock there, and that was at this petroglyph site. Now, compared to the other petroglyphs I have seen in my travels, these were a bit of a disappointment. There were only a couple there that were really pronounced enough to make a good image in a photograph. The rest were not very clear. There are plenty of other petroglyph sites that have far more impressive petroglyphs and pictographs that you can take clear pictures of. And this one was a long drive out to the middle of nowhere. Yes, another middle of nowhere spot. Now, if you're heading in to the Yellowstone region and you're crossing the Bighorn Mountains, if you're going to be nearby, by all means go out there, but don't make a special trip. The campground that's in that same little notch canyon is actually a very nice campground. Even though you're an hour or two from the nearest grocery store, the campsites are all grassy. They're not sand and gravel, and you're sitting by a nice babbling creek. As I left the Medicine Lodge site, I took a couple of pictures of these large red, it's not even really brown, it's mostly red rock strata. And if you look at Google Earth, you can see these exposed red rock layers running up different parts of that central desert region in Wyoming. So what did I think about this place as it relates to the treasure hunt? Well, there was a creek, and it was headed up to the mountains in places we know Forrest Fenn has been, at least as it relates to Indians and artifacts. And that's just it. The fact that this was a location where Indians left petroglyphs is about all this is worth. I did not leave there with a Fenny feel. Well, that's it for this stop. Remember to click like, share, subscribe, comment, donate.